Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In my current tutorial, I will give you an introduction to shell scripting. Okay, so many people, ask me like, how do I start, learning shell scripting? So this is my first tutorial on that. Okay, so this is my channel, Linux Unix AX. Please subscribe for more videos like that. Okay, so I have installed this Ubuntu on my VMware, which is a tool to install Linux or other operating system on your host system as Windows. Okay, so we'll go through it, like how we can start shell scripting, programming in Linux. Okay, so before you start any programming in or shell scripting in Linux, you must know from basic commands in Linux, in terminal or in Linux, because shell scripting is nothing but a combination of a set of commands which are given in a sequence. Okay, so we'll try to understand this. So like shell scripting is nothing but a set of commands which are given to the shell. Okay, using the terminal. Okay, so we'll go. I have prepared a list of things that I can discuss. Okay, so yeah, so I'll give you a very basic idea about this. What's a shebang line? How do I run the script? What are the variables and all that? Okay, so first of all, let's see some basic commands. Okay, first of all, you should know what is pwd, which is a present working directory. Okay, so it will give you where you are right now. Okay, if you give cd slash like home, you will go to certain folder. Okay, if you again type pwd, it will take you there. It will show where you are. If you just give cd, it will take you to the home directory. Okay, if you just type date, it will show you the current date. If you type calendar, it will give you a basic calendar of that month. Okay, if you give calendar and the whole year name, it will give you the whole year as a calendar. Okay, so these are very basic commands. Okay, let's say if you want to type something. Okay, let's say you want to print hi, it will print hi. Okay, so so as I told you earlier, script is nothing but a set of commands. So what we'll do is we'll club all these commands, we'll put it in a file, and we'll try to run that. That's all. That is what a script is. Okay, and once we put some conditions like if or a loop like for or a while loop, then it becomes a program. Okay, so this is how you can think of shell scripting. Okay, let's say if you want to say echo hello world. Okay, it'll print hello world. If you want to bring it to the new line, okay, so you just give slash and it will come to the new line. Okay, so it's not coming. I think it's echo minus e. Yeah, so there are some parameters which you have to give. If you give minus e, then only it will consider minus slash n as the special character, and then it will act as a new line. Otherwise, it will print the entire string as a simple string. Okay, so then once you run this command, any command, then there is something called echo dollar question mark. So this is very important. You need to understand what is echo dollar question mark. Okay, so it's nothing but a return code of the last command that you used. Okay, if you see date, and if I give echo dollar question mark, so if I press the up button, the direction keys on your keyboard, up button will automatically show you the history commands. This only works in Linux and Unix systems. It does not work in AX. AX has different features to do that. Okay, so if I press echo dollar question mark, it is giving me 0. So 0 is nothing but a successful return code, which means that the last command was successful. Let's say if I make some mistake in the last command, so it will say this command is not found or some error. Okay, so now if you give echo dollar question mark, it will say something non-zero. Okay, anything which is not 0 as a return code is an error message or unsuccessful message for your last command. Okay, so it is very important to understand. This is mostly used in a shell script to to determine if my previous command was working fine or not. Okay, so this is really useful, so you need to understand this echo dollar question mark. Okay, what is next? So now let's try to understand the shell. Okay, so there are some variables which are default by default set. So if you just type export and do head, so export is nothing but it will show you the variables which are defined in your system. For example, if you do echo dollar shell, so it will show you the current shell which is being used. So it's bin bash, okay, which is born again shell. So this is the shell which is being used for your script in this current setup. Okay, so again there are so many variables, and you need to understand that the commands are case sensitive, so you have to always give in lowercase, and then if you give $home, it will show you the home directory. So these all are the variables which are already defined in your system. Okay, let's say if you give let's say if you just want to know what are the variables which are defined, so you just do export and press enter, it will give you all the variables. But if you want to search for a particular variable, so just you can use grep, and then let's say I am searching for time. So okay, one moment, grep -v, sorry, grep -I want to ignore the case. Okay, so you see here some variable is there with time, xtg runtime directory, some variables, don't know about that. Okay, so let's say I want to search for timeout. Okay, there is no variable like that, but there is a variable which is which decides how long the session should stay open if you don't do anything. Like if it is idle, like it will be logged out. So there is a variable called tmout, so you can set that using export tmout equal to 0. So if you just do now like echo dollar timeout, it will say 0. Okay, so if you do that, the session will never get logged out. Okay, so we'll try to understand the variables. Like it's very simple, a equal to 10. If you just do echo dollar 10 echo dollar a, it will give you 10. Okay, that way you can define variables, and v equal to 33, so echo dollar b, so it will give you that value. Okay, so this is how you can define a variable. We'll understand addition of variable and other stuff in the next tutorial, but we'll just understand the basics. Okay, let's like what is this? This is the prompt. So whatever is printed here is a prompt, and you can definitely change it as per your own choice. So there are certain variables like ps1, so it is defined by ps1. So if you do echo dollar ps1, so you see this is the format ps1 is set to. Okay, so if you just do export and then grep with ps1, okay, it's not there, but it is defined in your profile file or your etc profile or your home profile. Okay, so this is how it is defined. So it is taking like username @hostname colon working directory and then the path and then dollar. Okay, so you can define your own prompt string. Let's say if I set ps1 is equal to, I can give my own name itself, Shankar. Okay, Shankar space something, anything, ampersand, and like this. Okay, and then I have to, okay, so you see if I'm simply giving ps4 equal to this, my prompt is changing to this automatically. Okay, so this is how you can set your own prompt. Okay, so let's say if I set ps1 is equal to dollar like this, see the prompt is changed to dollar. So this is the basic things that you need to understand before you go further. Okay, there is one more thing called ps2. which is also for prompt string 2 is for some other variables. I need to check that. Okay, then there is ps3 also, which is used for command continuation. Let's say if you type something like this, echo hi, and then this line will continue. Okay, so if I don't close it, okay, so now you see this is continuing from here. So whatever prompt is coming here, this greater than symbol or whatever, that is defined by ps2. So this is how you decide the prompt here, which is coming for a continuation. So now this is, I closed it here, and this is being printed. So if you just do echo $ps2, so you see this is the value which is coming. Okay, so if for continuation, this is one is coming, and for ps3 I think it is for some error messages or something. Okay, we'll see that later. So again, let's get back to this prompt again. So how do I do that? So let's do ps1 is equal to, okay, so let's say I want to set it to my own username. Okay, so $user, so it will give me, it will take the user as a variable which is already defined. Then at the rate host name. Okay, so host name is again a variable. Let me check, it should be there. $host name. Okay, okay, so you see this is how it is coming. Okay, so now this is my prompt. You can make it even better. So like just give it a space at here, so that it will be easy to understand. So I'll give a colon here and then $. Okay, and then we remove these spaces at here. Okay, yeah, so if I do like this, now you see the prompt is like this. Okay, so this is how you can set a change a prompt. Okay, what is next? Okay, so there are other things like okay, so we'll create a very basic program now. Okay, so we'll create a directory first, first shell. So okay, whatever, I made this folder, I go inside this folder. Now if you do pwd, you're in this folder. Let's create a test script. Okay, or first script. So ideally the extension for a shell script should be .sh, but you can give anything. It depends only on the interpreter or the compiler. So if I follow the convention, I'm giving .sh. Okay, so now here whatever come in the first line is called a shebang line, or an interpreter, or the way we are going to interpret this program. So here I am telling this the kernel to interpret it as a shell script, and the interpreter will be bin sh, because we already saw what is the shell here. Okay, so this is my interpreter. Now here I'll give a simple first line, hello world. This is my first program, first line, one line program. Okay, I save it. Okay, let's just confirm one more time what is the shell. Bin bash, which is correct, right? Yeah. So if you want to see the content of a file, just do cat and that file name. So I wanted to confirm the shebang line. So this is the shebang line, and this is the format of a shebang line. To start with a hash and a exclamation mark. Okay, fine. Now if I try to run this, so to run a program, you have to give sh and then a script name. You see, it's very simple, sh and then the script name. So sh is nothing but bin sh. So we are using bin sh cell to execute this program. Okay, if you just do which is a command to identify information about a command. So if I do which sh, it is nothing but a bin sh. Okay, so this is one way to execute a program. Other way to do it is just do dot slash and then the first script. So but this way this will work only when you have execute permission on the file. So if you just do ls-ltr, you see this is a long listing of the file. So you see this is having permission as 664. So this is read write 4 plus 2 6, 4 plus 2 6 and 4. So it is not having execute permission for even the owner. Okay, so I'll just change the permission of this file. So user plus execute. Okay, yeah, fine. So if I give this permission to this file, okay, so now if I do ls-ltr, so you see this owner is having use read write execute. Okay, so I'm the owner, I can execute this script now. So what you have to do is you have to do dot slash first, and if I don't need to give the entire command, entire name. Just if I do fi and I press tab, so it is auto completing the file name. So if I press enter, I'm getting the output. Okay, so this is how I created my first program and I executed it. I learned to execute it. Let's go back to the program. Okay, so this is my only one line. Go back, we add some more stuff like date or cal. Okay, or anything. Will not just will not go detail in the programming. We'll just understand the basics. Okay, so if I do ls-ltr, see I'm just putting the commands in a sequence one after the other and it becomes a program. If you put a condition or if you put a for loop or a while loop, it will become a full-fledged program as per your requirement. So this is the base, how do you can start a programming or a shell scripting. So I'll just save it and I'll try to execute it. You see this is the first line, and then there was a date command, and there was a calendar command, and there was a ls-ltr. Okay, so this is how you can let's say if I define a equal to 10, here you don't need to give a type of a variable, you just give a equal to 10, and then you just do echo a is equal to a. Okay, $a. So this is how you can print the value of a. You see a equal to 10. So this is how you can start. So I'll come up with some more we'll come up with other things like if condition or for loop or while loop or other variables or other command substitution and all that. So this is my introduction to shell scripting, and I hope you will enjoy it and you learn something from it. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe and share. Thank you.